Hi guys, this is Ranjit, and in this video let's have a look at this Realme 9 4G smartphone, and I'll share you my opinions about this one. And I'm pretty confused with this smartphone, and I'm glad that I waited to make this video, because now we exactly know the price. Because considering the specs, I thought this would be priced a lot aggressive, to be frank, but this one is priced at 18,000, starts at 18,000 for the 6GB RAM variant. There's also 8GB RAM variant. So this is the phone itself. And right away, I don't know, at least if you're still buying this phone, I don't know, you shouldn't, because this is not that great, because they have compromised in a basic thing. I'll talk about that. But at least don't go for this color, because this is very, very weird color. It's just weird. It's so weird, this color. Anyways, but let's look at what comes inside the box. So I've already taken out the device. So here you can see at least we get some stuff in the box, unlike some of the other vendors. For example, the Galaxy M33, this doesn't even come with a charger. So at least you're getting a case. As you can see, a transparent case, and also a 33-watt charger, which is actually really, really big for a 33-watt charger. I don't know why it's so big, but yeah, at least you get the charger and this cable in the box. So I'm happy they haven't started omitting chargers like what Samsung is doing now, even in the mid-range smartphones. So here is the device, and first let's talk about the things that I liked about this. I like the fact that this one is having an AMOLED screen, a 6.4-inch screen, so it's not very big, so it's comfortable to hold in the hand. And the battery capacity is also pretty decent. It's having a 5000 milliamp hour battery. So with the processor, what they have given, it should be good. And this is strange. It's a good thing. They have given an in-display fingerprint scanner. I was not expecting that, because generally in-display fingerprint scanner, the cost goes a little bit ahead. I was expecting side-mounted one, but here you have that. So in terms of screen, it's decent, and I like the fact that the screen brightness also, it's actually pretty good. It goes up to 1000 nits, which is a good thing. I was not expecting that, because generally in many of the phones in this price range, though they will give an AMOLED screen, it will be not that bright. That's not the case in this one. And in fact, this is actually a 90 Hz screen, not a 60 Hz screen. So that way, I would say in terms of screen, they have done better job than what I expected. Next good thing that I liked about this phone, and that's the strength, is the rear camera. I'm talking about the main camera, not the other camera. The main camera is a 108 megapixel Samsung sensor. I'll show you some sample shots later on. And next we have that ultra wide 8 megapixel and that rubbish 2 megapixel. I also like the front facing camera. It's a 16 megapixel front facing camera with the Sony sensor. In fact, I like the pictures that were coming out with the front facing camera. In fact, guys, here are all the specs for your reference if you want to know what this device is all about. But again, coming to other things, the build quality is strictly very average. It's just plasticky build, and I don't know why they did this. This is in a different color, this is in a different color, so it does not match or gel that well. And again, this attracts fingerprints. Anyways, if you're buying this, go for something other color. I don't know in the video how it looks, but in reality this color simply does not gel well. Anyways, it does have a secondary noise cancellation microphone, and again, this is also plastic. It does not give that premium feeling. Considering it's priced at 18,000, I feel the build quality could have been slightly better, in my frank opinion. Bottom we have a single speaker, no stereo speakers on this one. That's a miss, I would say. Type-C port. We do fortunately get a 3.5mm headphone jack and volume rocker, and this is your SIM tray. I like the fact that we do have, actually, let me show you a dedicated slot with a micro SD card. So storage is not an issue. Both variants 6 and 8, you'll get 128 gigabytes of storage. So that's what it is. So that way it's okay. But build quality, it does not feel that premium. Earlier, some of the Realme phones around this price point definitely felt a little bit more premium. Okay, now coming to the thing that I did not like with this phone, and this was very, very, if you notice closely, guys, if I'm just using, this is at 90 Hertz, even in the UI, when the app tray is coming, it is actually showing a little bit of jerkiness. And I played around with this one. Inside I went and I disabled RAM boost, because generally sometimes the RAM boost, etc., reduces the performance. I disabled that, everything, but still within the UI, I do get that frame drops, and it is noticeable every time I notice it. So I feel the processor that they used on this one, that's the Snapdragon 680, is simply not that powerful. And I'm confused with the choice of this processor. Why Realme went with this one. If I actually frankly thought this smartphone would be priced somewhere around the 15,000 price point. If that was the case, I was okay with it. But at 18,000, the performance is a little bit sluggish, and you'll notice it right now. And again, yes, it comes with the preload bunch of junkware, as you can see, as usual. But again, almost every smartphone these days come with the preloaded junkware. Even the Samsung M series are loaded, so I won't come, except Motorola. Motorola is the only one. So you get some junkware, you can remove that. But again, I do notice the lagginess in the UI quite a bit on this one. Guys, right now it is showing that lag. Imagine what will happen after 4 or 5 months with when you install all your apps and everything. So the processor, I feel, is not that great. In fact, I ran some benchmarks, and the pricing of this one, this is the Samsung M33 5G. I couldn't post a video of this one because I was not feeling that well. I thought, why not, let's just compare with this one, because the pricing is exactly the same on both these smartphones. Both of them are having priced at about 18,000 in India as of now. I don't know, both of them have offers, but this is the regular pricing that I'm talking about. Let me actually show you the benchmark scores. I saved it. Let's just go over here, and if I go to, okay, let's start with the if I go to albums, yes, screenshots. Okay, let's start with Geekbench, and if you notice the Geekbench, big difference. Single core just 382, and here the single core score is 733. That makes a huge difference, guys, and that is evident in the daily performance of these smartphones. Let me just go back. I also ran PC Mark 10 to give an idea, and here also, as you can see, the M33 went ahead. This is having the new Exynos 1280, and definitely it is performing way better than the Snapdragon 680. And I also ran Antutu. I sideloaded, and here, as you can see a huge difference. 2,86,000, 4,10,000. So that brings me to the point. This processor with that 90 hertz is simply not that powerful, and I feel that's a biggest compromise on this smartphone. And this Samsung M33 is just more fluid, because if you notice the Antutu scores, huge difference. So that brings me to the point. The processor choice, what they have done on this one, is very, very weird. Another thing that I do not like on this smartphone, this is priced at 18,000. And almost every smartphone that have been launched in India in the past 6 or 8 months, above 15, 16,000, is having 5G bands. This does not have 5G bands. This is a strictly 4G smartphone. And considering this price point, I would say that's a miss. Yes, if you could have given stereo speakers, it would have been great because the AMOLED screen is good. But again, you haven't even given stereo speakers. So they have made compromises in weird situation that makes recommending this smartphone very, very difficult, frankly, I would say. Good thing is, yes, this also comes with Android 12 out of the box, so that's good. But again, most of the new smartphones are coming with Android 12 out of the box. The saving grace of this smartphone, I would say, might be the rear-facing camera. And again, it's the typical interface that you see with Realme 1X, and you get this 3X, and they are able to go to higher zoom because it's at 108 megapixel, and this is the wide angle that you are getting. Let's forget about the 2 megapixel crap. Then the front-facing camera also is actually pretty good, and it performs much better than I expected. Let me actually show you some of the sample shots that I have taken with this smartphone. Taken with the rear-facing camera, and as you can see, this came out really good. This was the ultra-wide. There's some color difference, and this is the 3x zoom. Again, it's digital zoom, so loss of detail, but regular shots, as you can see, come out very good. And also, there is no extra color exaggeration like we've seen in some of the earlier Realme devices. In fact, I also like the natural bokeh that you are getting with this one. Now, moving to human subjects, also, as you notice, the skin tones are produced actually pretty well with this one. But when we invoke the portrait bokeh mode, I feel it's that extra contrast that it's doing, which is a little bit weird. Front-facing camera, though, the performance is actually really good, as you can see. And even in the portrait mode, I feel the front-facing camera is actually doing a pretty good job. So guys, what do I feel about this Realme 9 4G smartphone? And I have to say, this is a very confusing smartphone, simply not that balanced. The good thing is that yes, it has an AMOLED screen, and that rear facing camera and even the front facing camera is good. But the choice of the processor used on this one brings the entire experience down. And at this price point, at about 18,000, this simply does not make that much sense. And at this price point, you're getting a lot of other smartphones that have 5G. In fact, the Samsung Galaxy M33 with the Exynos processor performs way better than this one. And in fact, I would say even the Motorola's G71, which is slightly pricier, that's at 19,000, are much better than overall smartphones compared to this one. So I would say this Realme 9 4G is a skip for me. Anyways, guys, that's it for now. Thanks for watching. This is Ranjit, and I hope to see you in my next video. Take care, guys.